What is your hottest anime take?
Oh. Boku no Hero Academia sucks and the fandom sucks.
Ooh.
One Piece is mid.
Ooh. Today, we're out in the streets of Philadelphia, and we're going to be talking to anime fans and finding out the deep, dark truth. If you want to hear my personal takes, I'll be going over that at the end of the video. What is your hottest anime take?
One Piece is mid.
Ooh, okay, that is a different one. Why do you think that?
It should not take 1,000+ episodes to make a good story. I've seen better story with half that. Like, for example, Attack on Titan. I'm not a big fan of Attack on Titan, but I still think it's a better show than One Piece. With half the episode counts, no, more than half the episode count.
Way more than that, yeah.
And more than half of the manga count.
Okay.
It's a better show with better character building and a better world.
Yeah. Now, why did you fall out of Attack on Titan?
Well, one, because I was reading the manga. I got into like where the third season of the manga was, and I just couldn't, and I couldn't get into like the time skip part.
What's your hottest anime take?
My hottest anime take? Bro, I ain't gonna cap, bro. Saitama is stronger than Goku.
Oh, okay.
If you read the manga,
I haven't read the manga. Okay.
Read the One Punch Man manga, he is stronger than Goku.
Why do you say that? Don't give any spoilers in the manga, but let's hear it.
I can't say it without giving any spoilers in the manga.
Really? Okay. So you say Saitama is better than
He's on a
Goku?
whole different level yet. He's on a whole different level now. Only reason why people don't see it now is because it takes the animators like 3 years.
Yeah, it's forever. It's honestly even like 5, I feel like, at this point.
It has been 5. I ain't gonna cap.
I think the last season came out in 2019, I think.
Yeah, but once that new season drop, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about.
Okay, I like it. What is your hottest anime take?
That's kind of a hard question.
Yeah.
My hottest take, I gotta be careful about what I say. It's kind of dangerous.
Fair.
I don't really get the hype around certain animes, like I know they're like iconic and stuff, but I don't get the hype around like Dragon Ball Z and like One Piece, Naruto. I don't know. I know they're like staples and I know they're classics and they've earned their like spot in the Anime Hall of Fame, but I don't know if they're just not for me or I just don't see the hype around it.
Have you tried to watch all of those?
I have. They didn't really interest me.
What do you think that made it kind of fall out for you?
I don't know if it's because it's just so oversaturated and talked about constantly and like kind of shoved in your face that oh, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's a classic. But I mean, I'm sure it's a good show for people who enjoy it. It's just not for me. So I think that's my hottest take, is that I'm not, like, when you say you're into anime, you think of like those are like the main anime. You think of those animes. Yeah, and everyone's into them. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's not.
And I definitely get where you're coming from though, because like even for someone like myself, like I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and then I started watching Dragon Ball Super, and I'm like, I cannot get into this. I was like, it is not nearly as like I remembered it in my childhood, but I was like, I was a kid watching this, so I probably had a lot easier standards, but also at the same time, I respect it. So I get where you're coming from. What is your hottest anime take?
I feel like comfy anime.
Yeah.
It's got it over like Senin Shonen. It really does.
Oh, why do you feel that way?
Because like you can have action without plot, and it's like it's fine. It doesn't, the action doesn't make up for no plot.
Yeah,
plot is cake.
Does animation make up for no plot?
No, it doesn't. Like I can get into an anime and watch like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and then it's like if the plot's not hooking me, it doesn't matter how good the animation is, I'll drop it.
Yeah, and I feel like with so many new school animes nowadays, they're trying to be carried so much by animation and plot, or animation and action. So I definitely feel where you're coming from. Fun for you. 2 shows that I recommend, since you said that. One that is like super underrated that I don't know why I never heard of, but it's called, crazy name, Dead Destruction. It's on Crunchyroll. Just type in Dead, it'll pop up. Really great story. Really great story. And a weird, fun, interesting, thought-provoking one is Sunny Boy, if you haven't seen that. Sunny Boy, another one on Crunchyroll. Okay. Definitely recommend that. What show would you recommend to someone, since you said obviously no focus on shonen and stuff like that? What would you recommend?
Hold on a second.
Oh, I like it. Oh, he's whipping out the phone. I like it. Okay. I like that.
Wolf's Rain.
Oh, my brother told me about that one. I've never seen it, though. That's a classic, right? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're watching anime mostly for animation, it's not going to be carried by that. but the plot is good enough that I feel like you'll give it a chance if you're earnestly watching.
I will add that to my list. What is your hottest anime take?
Oh. Boku no Hero Academia sucks and the fandom sucks.
Ooh, okay. I have heard that a lot. I have definitely heard that a lot. Why do you say that?
It's just it's more the fandom for me, honestly.
Really?
They're a little too intense, I think.
I've heard that, like, what about it about the fandom? I haven't, because I've always heard that, and I'm a huge My Hero fan, so, like, you might hate me. That's okay. I'm just kidding. What do you notice about the fandom that makes it like that? Because I've heard that so much.
I don't know. They just the way they push their ideas on others. I think is like a little alarming. Or like when you dislike their characters, suddenly you're like the enemy.
Yeah, now I get that. And it's not a perfect show. It is not at all. It's definitely one of my favorites, but by all means, like, I notice things where I'm like I try to get my girlfriend to watch, and she's like, oh, this part's slow, and I'm like, you just gotta push through that. You just gotta push. So there's definitely not perfect. What is your hottest anime take?
You're really asking me to
try to get some good ones.
there.
Yeah, try to get you some good ones.
Sword Art Online wasn't that bad.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. The filmer that we have is a Sword Art Online hater. So now I gotta ask you to explain yourself. So why do you say that?
Well, don't get me wrong. I do understand the hate it gets about how it kind of shifted over her becoming a harem anime and everything like that. But at the same time, the core concept was still genius. It's the whole idea of, towards the end of the series, he starts becoming like a detective and police officer for these virtual worlds and everything like that.
Yeah, he was the guy to go to. And it's interesting, too, because, like, when it comes to Sword Art Online, it obviously set a whole generation new of shows. You know, it was like the grandfather of Isekai kind of thing. What is your hottest anime take?
Oh, my hottest anime take.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's really hard.
That's good.
I don't know. People give too much hate to like dubs. I don't know.
Okay.
I love 4Kids. Like, it's so funny.
Wait,
like,
say again?
4Kids. Like,
Kids.
it was like a television block back in like the early 2000s. They did like the terrible One Piece dub.
Oh, I have heard about that dub
It's
before.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They're so mean.
All right, so why do you feel as though that might be a hot take?
A lot of people I think are like, I don't want to say like sub elitist because that sounds kind of mean.
Yeah.
I mostly watch subbed anime, but
Really?
yeah, I just feel like it's, I don't know, just kind of rude.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. So what makes you dabble into dubs? So if you mostly watch subs, why do you prefer that?
So I started out watching dubbed like Naruto and stuff as a kid. I think that it has a place, you know,
Yeah.
like even with like people who may have like disabilities, like it allows them to maybe engage with it in a different way.
Yeah,
you know?
that makes sense. What is your hottest anime take?
Reincarnation anime isn't that bad.
Really? Why do you say that?
That time I got reincarnated as a slime was the peak.
What would you say are like two of your favorites?
That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Okay.
And I forgot the name. The spider one.
Oh, I think it was. I want to say that time I got reincarnated as a spider. So something that's always bothered me about Isekai, and I'll get your take on this. So it kind of rubs me off the wrong way because I feel like sometimes they're too overpowered. So like you kind of know what's going to happen. Does that bore you at times, or that's something you don't care about?
Nah, it does. It does sometimes because it's like they get reincarnated, then they go to the guild, and then they go on an event. It's like it's repetitive.
Yeah.
But then with that time I got reincarnated as slime, it's like he made his whole faction.
Yeah.
Like I just like seeing how they can make it different.
Yeah.
Even though it's so simple.
Like kind of create their own world within that.
Yeah.
So my personal hottest anime take, and I might get roasted for this, and that's fine. I honestly really feel like we're at a time where the shonen era, it needs to come to an end. I feel like there are so many good animes that are just not getting enough attention because they're not shonen anime. You know, like people will look them off or people won't give them a chance. And like, yes, anime is definitely more mainstream than it's really ever been. And, you know, you can blame that largely on shonen because those are the most popular. But I feel like to really take anime to the next level, I feel like we need to start looking into all those animes that are super good when it comes to the drama aspect or the seinen aspect or even sometimes the isekai aspect. Like all those different animes, they can have such good directing, such good character development, such great stories, not fully focused on only animation and fight scenes. And I really feel like that'll take anime to the next level. So I really don't think anime should be carried by animation and fight scenes. I really think all animes and the best ones should be carried by plot, right? Plot, character development, all that stuff. So when I really think of the best ones that I've seen recently, I'm thinking about, I've talked about this in many videos, but Dead Demons, which I said wrong in every video before, hilariously. That's a good one. Pluto, another good one. One that went completely under the radar last year, but was incredible, was Heavenly Delusion. Odd Taxi is another one, Sunny Boy, and one that I feel like no one talks about, but had one of the coolest animation styles I've ever seen, was Great Pretender. That's right on Netflix. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I love shonens, and I don't think that they aren't any good series, right? Like, of course, I think that most of them are going to be the best series we watch. I just feel like we are at a point where anime is so popular where we can hit that next level if we start giving attention to these other shows.